Lee, and this is High Voltage, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news and also talk about the issues affecting us as citizens of Nigeria, ranging from politics to education to health to security and other topical stories making rounds in the country. You can join us live this morning in the studio by calling in on 0706 048 5853, 0706 048 5853, or 0915 570 8347. And we are live on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on High Voltage News. Like, leave a comment, and share the video for others to be part of the conversation. And please ensure that when you do call in, or when you drop your comments, ensure that it is very clean and very civil. All right, so let's move straight into what we have for this morning. Today, I want us to talk about the development on the ambassadorial nominees. Yes, President Bola Tinubu has sent 65 ambassadorial nominees to the Senate. And I want us to know that this is not a routine matter. These are the people who will speak for Nigeria abroad, negotiate our interests, and also represent us in forums that shape the trade, the security, the international relations. And with all this, the Senate has made it very clear that these persons will be examined very closely. So this is not about rewarding the political loyalty. It's about ensuring that the people we send to another country, to other countries, are very capable. They are experienced in the field and also committed to Nigeria. The last time we spoke about this, we had only about 35 names on the list. Now we have 65. And among the nominees, there are 34 career diplomats. That's people who have spent their lives in the service of Nigeria. And 31 non-career nominees, drawn from the military, the politics, public service. The total of all these persons are individuals who bring different experiences. But the Senate wants to be sure that experience translates into the ability to represent Nigeria effectively. So they need to be screened properly. There needs to be thorough screening so that they don't just send out anybody to represent the country. So already the Senate has begun screening a small group of nominees, and they are taking the process very seriously. The lawmakers have emphasized that ambassadorial roles are not ceremonial. They carry responsibility and influence. They carry a lot of that. Because when you send someone to represent you, it means that any character they display out there, it shows that it's what all the Nigerians, that's the way they are. So the kind of persons that have been sent out of the country really need a lot of examination. It needs that. So the early hearing showed that the nominees must address the confirmation process. And for many Nigerians, this is long overdue because for nearly 2 years, many embassies have been without ambassadors, leaving the gaps in representation that weaken our influence abroad and also limit our capacity to protect citizens in foreign lands. So part of the delay, they say, has been financial because many of the embassies needs repairs and the government has allocated funds for renovation. But experts are saying that the funds restoring all the missions, the embassies, could cost nearly $1 billion. That's a lot of money. $1 billion for the repair of the embassies. But yet, the delay is not just about the money. There has been political disagreements and the need to balance regional interests. Some of these have slowed the appointments. So while these issues are complex, the core fact remains very simple. Ambassadors are more than the symbolic figure. They are Nigerians' voice to the world, and their absence carries consequences for our economy, security, and diplomacy. So recall that the nomination sparked a lot of debate among the people, especially the nomination of the former INEC chairman and also Reno Omokri. And I'm likely to know that the former sole administrator of Rivers State is also part of the nominees. He's part of these 65 names. That's Vice Admiral Ibas. Yes, he's part of the nominees, the ambassadorial nominees that the president sent to the Senate. All right, so when it comes form of the criticism, we have the former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, who criticized the appointment of the immediate past INEC chairman. Yes. And what is the argument? He's arguing that it's sending a lot of wrong messages to the people, that is suggesting that controversial actions in public office is rewarded. So he's trying to say that no matter what you do in the country, just be loyal. Just be loyal to the ruling party and you will be rewarded. So because most of these nominees are people that have worked with the president in one way or the other. There are people that the president, yes, the president feels that they are capable. He has seen their experiences in some of the positions that they've had to hold. But then Nigerians are also saying that some of these names are not really supposed to be on the list. They're not really supposed to be on the list. But that's by the way. If the nominees are confirmed, Nigeria can finally restore its diplomatic presence around the world, strengthen the trade relationships, and protect the citizens out there, and also assert itself in international discussions. So we need people that are present in all the meetings that involve the world, that involve the country, so that we can have at least a lot of persons coming in inside the country. We can have a lot of citizens protected. The interest of the country should be made known to the outside country, the international countries. But then this process is going to test both the nominees and the Senate, the process of the screening and all that. We are looking to know if all the names on the list will really be the same person that will be sent. Because we've looked around, we've seen what the Senate does. Most of the nominees by the president are really the persons that end up going into that position. There's nothing like we saw something wrong with this person. This person cannot assume the position. The president should look for another nominee. We don't see it. We've not seen it with this proved. So with what they are telling us that these 65 persons will be screened thoroughly, we just hope that that is what they are going to end up doing. We hope that is what they are going to do. All right, so Nigerians are watching, Nigerians, because next week the hearings will begin in earnest. The hearings will begin, and we are looking to understand what the Senate will do based on what they have told us. All right, so this is the news on the ambassadorial nominees, yes. And we are going to move on to another on the list. The newly sworn in Minister of Defense. Yes, we are talking about the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa. He has pledged rapid results in tackling kidnappers, bandits, and criminals. He assured Nigerians that very soon, just very soon, schools, farms, and homes will become safe spaces once more. So he says that he will do whatever it takes to secure the lives, to rebuild the synergy across the armed forces and also the security agencies. So we hope that this is not another empty promise. Because in recent months, we've seen the attacks, we've seen the abductions, we've seen that it has risen sharply. And then restoring this confidence in public safety is very urgent. We don't want someone coming to give us hope, and at the end of the day, nothing is being done about it. So we hope that this newly sworn in Minister of Defense we really do what he said. So exactly what he said he would do. So let's continue. General Musa emphasized that security is everyone's responsibility, and he wants to ensure that the armed forces work closely with other security agencies and that all Nigerians are carried along. So he draws on his experience as the former chief of defense staff, and he is determined to channel the goodwill he has received into tangible outcomes. So he says that his immediate priority is to restore Nigerians' defense, to strengthen the collaboration across the military, to deliver the results that can be felt in communities. And this is what we want as Nigerians. Yes, we want results in our security, the sector. We want reforms, we want the results, we want to see it as citizens of the country. We want to look around the all those communities that we keep hearing of attacks, abductions. We need to sit and stop hearing about it. That is what we want as Nigerians. If I'm speaking for everyone, this is the mind of everyone. We want security. We want peace. We want to be safe in our home. So he's trying to assure us that the citizens, that the normal life will return and that people should be able to go about their daily routines without fear. Now let's take a look at who General Musa is and what he has achieved. Musa's career spans decades. He was commissioned as a second lieutenant and has served in key roles, including General Staff Officer, Commanding Officer of a battalion, and Commander of Sector 3 of the Multinational Joint Task Force in the Lake Chad region. He also led Operation Adinkai as the theater commander and later served as Chief of Defense Staff from 2023 until his retirement in October 2025. So we see that his experience is extensive and very varied. And he has been involved in training, operational planning, and field commands. And he has also received a lot of recognition for his service. And now that he has returned to the Security Council with a clear mandate from President Bola Tinubu to ensure that Nigerians can live, Nigerians can work, Nigerians can study without fear of attacks. So the urgency of this task cannot really be overstated. We've talked about the need for security reforms. We've talked about it. And we know that at a time like this, Nigeria needs action. That is what we need. So we need all these things beyond the papers, beyond what we read, beyond what we hear from them. We need to see the actions. So the security situation demands immediate and coordinated action. That is what Nigerians want. Then a lot of persons have described Musa's appointment as a signal that the government intends to reposition the national security and also to restore calm. Emphasis have been made on the need to restore normalcy by any means, acknowledging that its challenges are complex, but they are solvable. Yet it's something that is very big, but it's not something that cannot be solved. So we are depending on the securities, we are depending on the military, the agencies that we have to ensure that there is safety in Nigeria, that everyone is protected. So even the political figures have praised Musa's appointment and described it as timely and well-deserved. So it means that people have really seen his work, that people really trust that he can deliver, that he can help a lot of Nigerians, that he can help the security. So a lot of since people are praising him. Some people are praising the president for appointing him. It means that there is something that he has to offer to Nigerians. And we hope that it will really manifest very soon. Because with the government's recent measures, including the recruitment of 20,000 police officers, recruitment of military personnel into the armed forces, the withdrawal of police escorts from the VIPs, and also the declaration of the state of emergency on security. We believe that with this leadership in the Ministry of Defense, that all these things will be unified, and also that no command structures should impede the effective responses to insecurity. So this is what we have about the Minister of Defense. So we see that he has inherited a lot of responsibility. Yes, significant responsibilities. The nation expects quick results, clear strategies, and coordination across all security agencies. So now that he has made it clear that he will act decisively against the kidnappers, the terrorists, and the armed bandits, and that the lives of ordinary Nigerians will remain in high priority. Yes, we are very happy with that. We are okay with that. And we hope that it manifests soon, like I said before. All right, so even in the story of this, since the resignation of the former defense minister, because this was what led to the appointment of the new minister of defense. Yes, the former one resigned on the issue of health grants, though a lot of persons says that we don't, that the government is not really telling us what we need to know, that he didn't resign because of health reasons. But then this is what the government says, and we believe it. So since the recognition, there's been a lot of call that for the sacking of the Minister of State for Defense. I'm talking of Bello Matawale. So and also the abolition of his office. A lot of persons are citing the concerns that the dual minister structure weakens the Nigerian's national security. I mean, we have the Minister of Defense, and also we have the Minister of State for Defense. And people are wondering why there has to be two positions. These two positions, why are they there? Why do we have Minister of Defense and also Minister of State for Defense? So they're asking the president, the government, to abolish the office of the Minister of State for Defense. What do you think about this? Do you think it's okay, or do you think that both serves different purposes? Or should the two oppositions come in hand to hand, or do you really agree that there should be abolishment of the Minister of State for Defense, that the position should be removed? You can call us and let us know what you think about all that has been said to you. What are the things, your comments, your reactions on what you've heard so far? Call us on 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. All right, I'll take that again. 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. These are the phone lines, and they are open to hear what you have to say to us. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call. Please do well to call back on 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Please, your name and your location. All right. All right. Please go ahead. Yes, yes. Okay. The Minister of State for Defense is actually the junior officer under the Minister of Defense. So it's like they execute what the Minister of Defense says. Yes. Mm. Mm. All right. Thank you so much. All right. You too can join us on high voltage on 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and your location, please. All right. All right. Please go ahead. Mm. Okay. Mm. Okay. Yes. Mm. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Exactly. Mm. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Yes. Mm. Mm. The ambassadors. Mm. Yes. All right. You can send us a message on, so we can just send it directly to you. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. All right. 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. Yes, you can also call us and let us know what you think about all that you've heard this morning, from the nomination to the Minister of Defense and everything, just your comment, your reaction to it. Hello, good morning.
My daughter, I think you. I need the answer of a so I'm reaching you from Frankenkudo.
You are welcomed. Yeah. All right. Please go ahead.
The group known as the New Wave, those little guys in music many years ago. In one of their tracks, they said, so you must mind their party.
Okay.
In that track, also they said, so you take it easy. Easy, eh? Two, you know, same monkey have a family just like I myself have and you have. And the other monkey family, you have a different, you have to realize you have baboon and the rest of them. A member of that monkey family says he has nothing against a hunter.
Okay.
That the person is, he has nothing, he has no problem with the hunter. But to the very person that the hunter hit before a hunter took it out with the bullet, now that person he have something with. And in conclusion, when hunter
You are not concluding yet, so you need to explain to us what you have been saying.
right, when
Okay.
get something to shoot,
Mm.
at the same time, in many occasions, that thing where hunter they target to shoot is also targeting to where on site of escape.
Okay.
So I think these people that are in position, like in position one way or the other, both the president and the Musa himself,
Yes.
people that I'm talking to,
Okay.
they should trade with the culture. That is why I'm speaking in records. I'm 6 years of age.
Okay.
People, or to put yourself in position, say, Galapagos, I will do this, I will do that.
Mm.
Because I didn't say that they shouldn't fight the terrorists.
Okay.
The terrorists, too, if I'm not mistaken, is more equipped than them.
Exactly. They are. They are.
The culture, not just to come and make away, like in my look in a place that came from many years ago, the chief was speaking grammar, all these local chiefs. Guy, when I want water, when I want fire, when I want light, I light you. You know, the person where the fire, you don't get to thank God. Person where they want, person where want to fire us, I don't know whether rapture has come again for us to be consumed by fire. So let these people try to be conscious,
Yeah.
not to be making noise.
Okay. All right. Yes, I do now. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. Let us understand, know what you think about all this going on, and even from the callers, what they said. Call us in your reaction. Remember, this is High Voltage, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news and also talk about the issues affecting us as citizens of Nigeria. So yes, this appointment of the nominees, they are people that are going to represent the country outside Nigeria. They're going to represent us. Whatever they display out there is what people will see Nigerians as. So we have 65 names on the list, and we are wondering, are these people the right persons for those positions? Or are they just people that the president, the government wants to just compensate? Yes, people that the government wants to compensate. Or do they have the capacity for those positions? And also we talked about General Musa, who has made so many promises, who has made promises that ensuring Nigerians that we are going to return to the point where we are safe, where we can move around, where we can return to our farms. Yes, because a lot of farmers have been chased out. So he's now assuring us that we are going to return to our farms. We are going to be sleeping peacefully in our homes. So this is what is said to us, and we are hoping in coming days, in coming weeks, we want to see the results. It's not just talking. Let us see the action behind, because we've heard a lot of talking in Nigeria. From this government to another government, we keep hearing them giving us hope. But then we hardly see the backing of these words that they tell us. So that is the issue that we've been having. And also for the position, a lot of persons have called in to say that they should scrap the so many positions in the government, that most of them are not useful. Most of them are collecting the funds that are supposed to go in other sectors. We having the Minister of State for Defense and having the Minister of Defense. And we are wondering what is the difference between these two positions. So one has to be removed. But then this is us talking with the growing call for this position to be removed. We know that the president has already heard about it, and we are looking to see what he's going to do about this particular issue. So 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. All right. Yes. Mm. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That's a very thoughtful suggestion. Like, it's very necessary, because it's not by giving us promise. I mean, most people will even be afraid to return back to their farms, even with the assurance from the Minister of Defense. So yes, you are right. There should be camps, security camps, where soldiers are around, positioned in those places. The farms, even in schools where we've seen recent major abductions in these religious organizations, there should be camps around, not just on the road. We don't just want to be seeing them along the roads doing their checks. Most of them don't even do the check, they just collect money and that's all. So we need to see them around us. At least when you see a soldier around you, there's this confidence that you have that you are protected, that you are safe because they are around. So yes, thank you for this suggestion, and we hope that with what they are doing, they are considering doing this exact thing. They are considering it. All right, so before we continue, we will go on a short break, and when we come back, we will look at, we've not looked at the newspaper headline this morning. We are going to look at the top stories on the various newspaper and also continue with the calls. We take your reactions. Remember, this is High Voltage on Volt 104.3 FM. Drop your comments on our YouTube channel on High Voltage News. Drop your comments there. All right, stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back to High Voltage on Volt 104.3 FM. If you are just joining us, we've been talking about the ambassadorial nominees by the president. He has nominated 65 persons for those positions. The people that will represent Nigerians in various countries. And also, we are talking about General Musa, who was nominated and who has been screened by the Senate and has been sworn in by the president as the Minister of Defense, Nigeria. All right, so with all the assurances that he has given us and with all the calls, we hope that it keeps to it. All right, so the phone lines are still open on 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. All right, we'll take one more call, then diving into the newspaper headlines this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
You are welcome. Please, your name and your location.
My name is Tubo, and I'm calling from Enugu.
All right, please go ahead.
To call it very square.
Okay.
I think why sometimes when somebody go and look for trouble that is somewhere, remaining silent, and you say this trouble will not come back to me. What do I mean by that? Our leaders, they are not laying any foundation that will make peace to reign, but they are looking for peace.
Okay. This is not possible. You have to lay down.
Well, our security agents trying to make sure that they protect everywhere. At the same time, do not bring people destruction to yourself. What do I mean by that? Our army, police, and the rest of even vigilantes, they are trying.
Okay.
But there are something that is inside them that is spoiling their work. So how do you put this one? Okay, example. You want security to be in this particular location. And the people that is living in that area are
Okay. Your line is breaking. All right. So I believe it's network. Okay, so while we wait for the call, let's dive right into the newspaper headline for this morning. On the Punch newspaper, Tinubu's 65 envoy picks braids for Senate storm. Newly sworn-in defense minister declares war on kidnappers. Nigeria must protect democracy as Sahel faces coup. Ribadu says that Nigeria must protect democracy as Sahel faces coup. All right, PTAD monthly payout to retirees soars to 1 trillion naira. Still on the Punch newspaper, federal government sets December 20 deadline to pay contractors. VIO heads to South Court after losing vehicle impoundment appeal. And lastly on the Punch, Senate orders nationwide crackdown as lead poisoning hits Lagos. All right, that is all we have on the Punch newspaper. I'll take the headlines quickly. So on the Vanguard newspaper, we have, "We will defeat terror, restore order and peace," Defense Minister says. And then President nominates Ibas as 64 others as ambassadors. Then at Imo Economic Summit, Ndi Igbo, most significant stakeholders in the Nigeria project. Tinubu says that Ndi Igbo are the most significant stakeholders in the Nigerian project. I believe that most of you will disagree with that. All right, so we have a court affirms judgment barring VIO from seizing vehicles and imposing fines. And that is what we have on the Vanguard newspaper. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. All right, please continue.
Let me take it short so that everyone understand what I'm saying.
All right.
If you want to lay the foundation for peace, so that peace will come.
Okay.
Nigerian leaders, they are not practicing equity, fairness when it comes to Nigeria. So, a particular person, and you want peace on that side, it is difficult. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so yes, you need to lay foundation before you start for anything, even whatever you are building needs foundation. So if you are not yet seeing the foundation of what you are doing, then people won't take you serious yet. All right, so let's take this one quickly. On the Daily Sun newspaper, 2027, we are yet to resolve zoning in ADC. PDP says that we are yet to resolve zoning in ADC. All right, Umahi to contractors. Payment coming before December 20. Protests needless. Again, Tinubu sends fresh list of 65 ambassadorial nominees for confirmation. And then on education crisis, Shettima leads nationwide summit on funding reform. And still on the Daily Sun, Senate moves to strengthen oversight of fintechs, digital financial platforms. And lastly, let's look at the Guardian newspaper. Insecurity, Defense Minister vows swift gains as NSA warns enemies. Labour talks tough. All right. ADC tells Tinubu, you behave more like political candidate than president. That's a very strong word. Let me take that again. ADC tells Tinubu, you behave more like political candidate than the president. All right. Again, Tinubu nominates Ibas and 64 others as ambassadors. And lastly, Nasarawa to prosecute parents of out-of-school children. Nasarawa State to prosecute parents of out-of-school children. You know, there are so many things that are factors involved to not sending your children to school. Can be financial factors. What we expect states to do is to build schools that do not require payment, that these parents can send their children to, and not prosecuting them. Yes, so many people have their own selfish reason for not sending their children to school, but there are other things that the state government can do aside prosecuting these parents. All right, so unfortunately, we cannot take more calls because of time. We'll continue on Monday. This is your weekday news analysis show, Mondays to Fridays by 9 a.m. on Volt 104.3 FM. Thank you for being part of the program. Thank you for your voices. Tune in again on Monday for more news, for more headlines, and for more of your voices. My name is Odili, and this has been High Voltage.